Today, guys, we are here in my lawn in central NC in the backyard, and we've got these areas that just don't want to develop. It's very spotty, it's very thin, and so we need to do something about it. What's up, guys? Mr. Ferguson here once again from Central North Carolina. Thank you for clicking on the video. That's right, today we're going to be working on this right here. So I don't know if you can see it in the shot. I believe you can, but it's just super thin along the edge behind you guys where the camera is and beyond. The yard's looking pretty good. We've got fertilizer down. It's looking great. Everything looks to be in order. I'm a little winded because over here to my right here, your left, I purchased yesterday online, and Lowe's quickly brought it out, some more of this because, as you've seen and as I updated you guys on the last video, where I have taken the time to purchase some topsoil, and this is what I use because it's one of the cheaper ones, between topsoil and something like this Stay Green lawn soil, where I'm putting this down, raking it out, reseeding, and trying to use the garden weasel to break up underneath some of the dirt, it's made a difference. And so back here, especially right here in front of this playground and a little bit more to the right over here, it's very thin. We've planted some grass way back in August when we first did our seeding, and it seemed to do okay. It popped up. I was like, cool. But as we went on with lack of water and with super high temps, even yesterday and today, November the 7th, I believe, something like that, 80 degrees here in central North Carolina. What the heck, man? So anyways, so we continue to have high temps. We did get a little sprinkling of a shower last night for the first time in a long time, but nothing of significance. The grass doesn't even really look wet anymore, but you may be able to see up here on the playground, it does look a little bit wet, but besides just making everything a little wet, no significance with the rainfall. So what we're going to do is basically take this bag and we're going to spread this out over this area and rake it. I've got 2 of them. I bought 5 total. I think one of those I want to save for over here at the front towards the mailbox where I showed you guys the last video. We continue to struggle there. Dump some above that piping, and also to the left where I have 4 little spots over there that continue to not grow. We're gonna dig that up with the garden weasel, put some seed down. We've done that in 2 and 3 other spots. We've had success in all of them. The seed has popped up. So that's what today's theme is. And I'm debating while I'm raking out, while I'm doing the garden weasel, the first step, number 1, I'm gonna take the garden weasel and some of the really bare spots, like right here where my foot is. It's firm, it's hard, we haven't had rain, but we're gonna try to take that and break this up a little bit. Then we're gonna put down the topsoil on top. We're gonna spread a little bit of seed, rake it a little bit, and then seed on top, and then we'll have to water and stay on top of watering. And hopefully here in the next coming days, we'll be able to get some natural rainwater. So that's the goal, that's the idea. Put down the seed. I may do a mixture. I have a very little bit left of the Shady Nooks, which is more of a shade type of grass seed. I think with all the leaves coming down, we're going to get full sun over here up until we get into the spring. We're going to have full sun, so the GCI may do okay. I may do a little bit of the Shady Nooks and do a little bit of the GCI. And remember, the GCI turf type tall fescue has spreading cultivars in it to where hopefully it will spread. And I'll also mention there are some roots, like right here, there is a root running along here, likely from either this tree right here or the one over here. There are roots. So that does play a factor. I know many of you said, Mr. Ferguson, just forget that. Just put some mulch there, whatever. I've done this before. There was a video we actually did a year or 2 ago when if you remember, the swing set used to be here and we had a board coming off top right here, and that whole area right here where I'm looking was the same as this. Basically, we did the same thing. We spread some topsoil, we put some seed, we let it set over winter. So anyway, so that's the goal. This is stuff again, we're in high temps, but if we'll put it down, I'm seeing success now with the slow cooling of the ground temps That's the big factor, I think. It's not so much the outside sun. It's when I did my seeding in August way too early, it was the fact that the ground was way too hot to be able to germinate, and the seed don't prefer that. It will pop up. We saw germination, but to sustain it and to get roots and establish the grass is a different story. So let's put it in the time-lapse mode. Let me go through. That's the process. We're going to garden weasel. We're going to spread, rake topsoil. We're going to seed. We're going to take the rake and blend that up, and then we'll take a look at it afterwards. So let's do it real quickly. Real quick before we get to the awesome montage that you're about to see, I wanted to mention that the majority of people that click on my videos are actually not subscribed. It is free for you. Just hit the subscribe button below, click the bell if you want to be notified when I put out new videos, and if you're interested in channel memberships, that's there as well to give you cool icons. Hopefully we're going to get to some live streams soon before we get into the winter months, but I wanted to mention that because, guys, we are so close here on this channel to getting to 10,000 subscribers. What an honor. Thank you so much for those that are subscribed and continue to support the channel. If you're watching and this is like the third or second or fifth video you're watching, man, what are you waiting on? Go ahead, click on that subscribe button, and now back to a sweet, sweet montage. So guys, there is the process. And so right now we've used the garden weasel. This is very hard dirt because of no rain. We've loosened up the bottom existing ground the best we can. Come through, dump out the topsoil in this area. One bag covers a very small area, but you can see we spread it out. I take the garden weasel. It's always in a chunks, and I think that's probably because it's laced with starter fertilizer in the bag. So that kind of binds it together. So I use the garden weasel to just chop up the chunks and spread it out and just kind of flatten out some, and you still got these little teeny balls of the garden soil. But then on top, we just come back, we throw our seed heavily on top, and then we take our garden weasel or the rake. You can rake some of it out if you feel like you got pile up in different areas. But then I just take my garden weasel and I'm just running it lightly over top, and that's going to move the seed around. It's going to bury some of it. It's going to bring some to the top. As I mentioned to you, we have a blend of Jonathan Green Shady Nooks in here, which has got some rye. It's got some of the Jonathan Green fescue as well as the GCI Turf Type Tall fescue. Why do both? Well, if one does better than the other, then one may die off, the other may survive. So we've got two different chances of cultivars to see which one does better here. We won't know exactly which one wins, but frankly, we don't care. We just want grass, right? And so we'll see what happens. So just lightly taking this over the seed that we put down, blends it into the ground, And if you want to go a little firm to, you know, bury it a little bit, that's cool. But very easy repair seeding. And again, I'm in North Carolina, so if you're at points further north, likely your temps and ground temps are cool enough to where you can do this anywhere in your lawn. But again, keep in mind, if you're like, Mr. Ferguson, that's exactly what I'm going to do this afternoon. I'll order this on Lowe's and they delivered it same day. And I probably paid a little bit more because I couldn't get out to physically pick it up at Lowe's myself. I paid a little more. That's the luxury of same day delivery from Lowe's, 15 bucks, I think, delivery charge. But you can have them deliver it if you're like, man, I can't lift all that. They'll deliver it to your house. And then it's a matter of bringing your wheelbarrow up, dump it in the wheelbarrow, take it out back where you need, dump the dirt where you need, put the seed down, and have at it. Keep in mind, though, when we're talking about now putting down herbicides, now putting down pre-emergence, oh, my grass has grown. Now, you don't forget about these repair type areas. If you're putting down prodiamine on top of this, you're wasting money in the dirt. You're wasting money on the seed. You're wasting time in doing this, because then taking prodiamine or a pre-emergent and putting it on top thinking, all right, I can put this down. Now you're just stopping that seed from ever developing. So don't do that. Now you can go in the other areas of your lawn and put down pre-emergent and not do it in your repair areas, but just know if some of it, you know, through the wind, however, gets over here, and say, man, why is that area? Mr. Ferguson lied to me. Like all those people in the comments, they lied, man, it's not growing at all. It's not working. It could be because some of your pre-emergent got mixed into your repair area. So very simple. But then now, let's be honest. In this type of season and year, as somebody that worked in the water distribution for City of Raleigh, if I left this and just walk away for the winter, likely this is going to eventually germinate and grow. But if you're watching this video, you care about lawn care. And the thing we obviously need to do is for the next 3 to 4 days, try to come out and try to water these areas because number one, we just put the work and effort into trying to grow grass, and I'm not going all the way back to the woods. I just want this area when I'm striping. That's what I'm looking at. When I stripe my lawn from the, you know, this is one of the areas that bothers me. Now, technically, I could buy dirt and do all behind the tree. Don't really care. It's technically in the woods, so I don't care. But if I'm putting the work and effort in to do this, go ahead and water it. Set your sprinkler out, and you don't have to water the ground. If you're getting rain where you're at, you just want to wet the seed. Keep the seed moist as often as you can. Come out 5 minutes, run it. You don't want runoff of dirt and everything like that. You just want to keep the seed moist so it germinates. And this time of year, it's going to germinate fairly quickly. You should see some fescue popping up. Ryegrass probably will pop up in 3 days, and then fescue in 3 to 5. So yeah, it shouldn't take long. This is the time of year seed really wants to prosper and germinate and pop up. And remember, when you're mowing, to just be careful. So there you go. There's a repair area that we just did. And I'm going to take this same idea, method, and we're going to do the same thing in the front lawn, guys. We're going to do that area on top of the pipe. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'll update you. But this is the time to get it right for the spring. So don't be afraid to get out there, get your hands dirty, and get it done. And I know you guys, many of you know that. But thank you guys for tuning in. Another repair video. We seem to do this each and every year. Areas that don't take, areas that are struggling, areas with different types of grass. We may need to replant, put down some fresh nutrients and soil with that starter fert. Everywhere I've put this Stay Green, it's worked. So I know Scott's Blend, Stay Green, just regular topsoil. I did regular topsoil that was about $3 cheaper. That worked just as well. So you don't have to use these products, but repair seed the areas now so that over the time when we're enjoying the holidays, you got grass already growing in the back lawn to fill in those thin areas. God bless you guys. We'll see you next time.